the attendees.
Good morning. Good morning from IMRDA Sangli. It's my pleasure to be with you on this inauguration of this webinar on very special occasion. As you know that today we are completing 26 years of management education in Sangli. Today morning I was in Pune and I just reached IMRDA to address all of you on this very important occasion. Let me first congratulate my management team, all students for organizing this webinar, which is a very important for all the students, especially when the entire world is facing the COVID situation. So today's webinar by two guests, they all are my students. They are IMRDA students. I'm very happy to see them and very happy to receive them for this webinar. Welcome Ashwini and Namrata for this webinar. In the recent past, we are, publishing various success stories in Facebook, Bharati Vidyapit IMRDA page, which has become very popular. And when I see the growth achieved by my student, I feel very proud. And today we have selected two students, Namrata. She's also doing PhD in our university right now. And Ashwini, she is in UK and she's going to address all of you from UK. So once again, I am very happy to welcome Amruta Namrata and Ashwini on this celebration. Dear friends, 26 years is a long journey for a management institute Sangli, and I feel I am very fortunate that I was there when the institute was started in 1994. On 14th August, we inaugurated, and I remember the function. And from that day, I remember all the batches, all the students, those who learned the management education, computer education in this institute. So we have a great success stories in this institute. So I feel very proud as a director of this institute. So friends, without wasting much time, because all of you are very eager to listen our two guests, I wish you all the best. I once again thank all my colleagues, team members, my students for organizing this very important webinar, which will help the students to understand the opportunities in the management education and the computer education, especially when we all are very much under tension of COVID-19. So have a great day. Have a great webinar. Thank you very much. All the best for all of you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we will start the first session of webinar. Our resource person, Mrs. Ashwini Shirote will be joining us from London. And I'm very glad to inform you all that she is alumni of our very own institute. To begin with her introduction, she pursued her MBA in year 2010, after which she started the journey of her career from Maruti Suzuki at Pune. Then she moved to UK and has experience of working with organizations like Coral Reef, Nippon Batman, DC, and NMS. Currently, she works with West London Motor School in sales department. Apart from that, uh, uh, she was an active student during her academic year. She won nearly 100 elocutions and debate competitions, and also she represented university cultural team for 3 years. She had also won titles like Miss Sangli 2006, Best Personality, as well as Best Leader. We feel very fortunate to have you as a speaker in this function.
Thank you very much for introduction. I would like to thank you, IMRDA, Amaja ma'am, and Nitin Naik sir, and entire team of IMRDA Institute for inviting me and thanking me as a guest. I would not consider myself as a guest because I'm child of IMRDA. They made me, I would say that. Um, and thank you all of you students for listening me today. It's 6:30 here, and I wouldn't wake up for the great morning so far. Um, so I would just like to share my experiences and the way one can grow from uh, any situation in their life. I, as I'm aware, like you all from nearby small towns, villages around Sangli, same as me. Uh, in 2010, 8 and 10, uh, I was living in Kautekan, which is a small village in Tehsil in Sangli district. Um, my motivation to join MBA was when 2006 I won Miss Sangli, and nearly same year I won Miss Personality, and that Miss Best Personality contest was organized by management student, and I was so impressed by the quality of the event, the way they organized it, the both the event in fact organized by management students, not necessarily by our institute but by some other. Uh, but it's the quality and the involvement of management students that's drive me towards like, okay, I want something like that. I want to do something like that. So congratulations if you're already chosen to study management, and other students who are aspiring to uh, make careers in this field, or who just passed recently 12th and they're looking to have a career choice, I would say this is the best. And personally, I had really great experiences in my college life when I was studying in IMRDA. We had a lot competitions. I think these little things which we don't unnecessarily appreciate at those times, I think they shape to make you. It's like we were so impressed by introduction with Amaja ma'am when we started our first day. Uh, we would see her as an idol for her communication, for her English speaking skills, or the way she talks, she inspires us. So I would say learn, become a sponge, just soak everything that university or institute has to offer you. IMRDA had great library, great computer rooms. Use it. Yeah, so I would just not like to tell you good experiences, but I would like to tell you what mistakes I did, or maybe my fellow students did, which can help you to not do that. For example, we didn't use much computer rooms, which lead us to lack of computer skills in of like when I started working or something. So use it. Don't rush to go home, don't rush to catch that bus which leaves 3 p.m. exactly. Just spend time in a university, spend time in an institute, go in the libraries, read books, go in the computer rooms, learn new skills. There are teachers, there everyone is there to help you guys. Um, all staff. I don't remember one person who said, "Okay, come later. I'll help you later." No, never. Whenever we went to them, they're always ready to help, always ready to share their knowledge, their experience. So use it. Um, yeah, what else? I would also like to share my journey after I studied. So in 2010, when I passed MBA, I kind of got selected before my last trimester through campus interview for peer lighting agency as a management trainee, and that was really good experience because first thing I was the one who selected first from our batch, and that was very exciting. And as again, there was really good campus interviews, which were campus companies which were coming and picking students from our institute. I can see my fellow colleagues; they are working really good places and they are doing really well. So I think where you come from doesn't matter. Even you are from small village or you're from city, as long as you are willing to learn, willing to soak every little thing, absorb it, learn it, don't afraid to ask question. Don't think like, oh, what he's gonna say if I ask this. Like we say, we have saying like some people, some students are afraid to ask questions. They would think like, oh, to kai manel, ti kai manel, or oh, what they will think of us. No, ask question, do mistakes. That's how you learn. That's how the world works. Um, I remember having no. I had good communication skill. I agree with that because I used to work I used to participate in debate and elocution competitions way before I started in the management. But how the institute helped me with, I would say, polishing my skills. I was okay, but when we came into MBA, we had to we met like as an institute as a teacher, class coordinator. We used ma'am or all of us used to arrange these programs like competitions, little competitions, advertising contests, presentations. Uh, so many activities are there they offer you, and those will make you, those will literally shape you as a person. Because I remember standing on a stage repeating myself, doing so many grammatical mistakes while talking, which still I think I do. uh, yeah, I had some people like, I remember once one a day we were doing advertising competition, and I used a funny phrase and all class laugh out loud. But that didn't stop me. I continued. I won that little advertising competition. I still remember. So yes, it's great experiences. I think it's the best institute that offers you all these. And I love my college. Sorry, I keep bragging about how great it is because it is. And I'm in love with my institute. And literally a month ago, I met another lady. As Sir said, they started from 26 years ago. I met a lady from the first batch and a first batch of MCA from our college, our institute from Sangli. She lives in same city, uh, and she's doing great. She's doing great. I'm sorry. Um, so yes, that's about me. With struggles in okay, struggles coming abroad and looking for a job, that's completely different story. As long as you have knowledge, as long as you have confidence, you are okay, you're okay being told that you're not good enough. But then people will tell you that, okay, you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have in it, you don't have it in you. But don't listen to them. Work on yourself, keep polishing your skills. Doesn't matter what skills they are. It's like simple things like learning to drive can make your confidence go up by 1 to 10. Trust me. Learn new skills. As long as you keep learning, nothing can stop you. um, so basically, I when I was in college, we used to walk from college to Sangli bus stand, which is kind of 1 kilometer walk. Uh, but again, every day that 2 kilometer walks, walking from home, I never felt tired, never felt, oh God, why we are doing this? Oh God, I need to change this, do that, this. No, you need to cope with everything and never rush to go home. That's what I say. I used to see some girls would like, okay, college institute finished 3 o'clock. I need to catch that 3:30 bus, need to go home by 4. They have these rules. I understand every household has their rules, but spend time in an institute while you can, because after 2 years or 3 years, you're not going back and you will think you missed out best days of your life. Have fun with friends. Library. Sorry. Use library resources as much as you can. use all the resources, go to your teachers, ask them questions. If any silly question, you might think, oh, how can I ask this one? This is a really like stupid, silly question. But doesn't matter. Just ask it, gain the knowledge. They are there to teach you. They are there to share their experiences, as they gave me opportunity today to share my experiences with you. Again, so after graduating from our college, I started doing apprenticeship as a management trainee. And then sometime you get carried away in overconfidence, and that's what happened with me. In I thought I'll get job anywhere easily. So in some family circumstances, I left my job, which led me 2 3 months struggle to get another one, which was as a sales executive in a Maruti Suzuki. On job is different with when you are in a college. It literally teaches you life lessons. Life is not fair. Nobody's fair to you, but you have to learn. You have to survive in very competitive environment. I would say we had 40 sales executives with me in one showroom. We were we were doing everything. What I did better is I had a management background, which literally I did follow the process. I did try to remind, like, okay, what did I learn in marketing? What did Venkatesh sir teach us? And all those steps, which constantly reminds you, process books are there to guide you. I would used to think like, okay, everything is overrated. As long as you're confident, you know what you're doing, that's fine. But no, process is really important. Process is there for a reason. People who made those processes, they are highly experienced people. So it's fine to go with your new way or own way. But if you're not sure, I would say just stick to the process, and you will slowly, gradually go towards success. So, for example, I remember we learned in a first semester, first trimester of MBA, communication and organizational skill. That time, okay, it was just to okay study, get good marks, good grades. That would make us happy. But now, at this point, after 10 years, yeah, it's literally, I passed in 2010, now it's to 20. So after 10 years, when I work in a marketing again, they teach us same thing. So I was like, I could have been acquired those skills. I did, but I could have been literally acquired step by step, exact process back then, which they're teaching me or teaching other colleagues who new join sales people now. Which is, first thing is communication. So communication is just not what you speak. It's just, I think, 10% of words, and 30% of words what you speak, and 70% of how you speak. So it's your body language, it's your tone, it's your involvement. uh, I would say whenever you talk, just look right into the person's eye. That makes big impact. So communication is the most important thing. Work on it. If you're shy, doesn't matter. Work on it. So just don't look it down. Don't look at floor when you talk with someone. It's not good. It doesn't give good impression. It doesn't show your confidence. It doesn't work basically. It doesn't matter how talented you are, but if you are lacking communication, that might pull you down in your future career. And another thing, knowledge. Knowledge is key. And I admit that I would used to think like confidence is key. That's fine. I'm confident. I don't need to study hard. uh, I would just study some points, and I would think like, okay, I'll get away with this. But in reality, I learned by hard way that confidence comes with the knowledge. So knowledge, confidence gives you power of, you can do anything. So both things are important. So you need to study hard, which I wasn't doing. I did got good grade, um, but I didn't go into deep studying, like to understand everything. I loved management studies, so I was good at that, but I lacked in technical side, which obviously wasn't that important for me then. But if you see the world nowadays, like with COVID, everybody has to work from home. Everybody has to work with their computers. There's more opportunities for people who can work with computers and have technical skills. You can see they're achieving more goals. They are getting better money. So I would say, even though if you're not very technically sound, try to learn some skills. Try to learn like Excel, PowerPoint. These small things make a big difference. You're young, you're like millennials. You, I know millennials are a bit like, "Oh, okay, why would I listen to them? I'm gonna do what I want." I wasn't like that. I made all my decision by myself. I would say, yeah, I made my all decision. I was wrong sometimes, but that doesn't matter now because I finally achieved what I wanted to achieve. But if you have someone to guide you there, which I had, obviously, um, someone is telling you, okay, this is right, this is wrong. Try to take that guidance. Try to take it positive way, not as a criticism, uh, because long way I learned to take things very I am positive person, but when sometimes tells you, sometimes criticize you, we don't like it. Human being doesn't like to be criticized or talked negative way. But if you take that criticism and turn into some constructive thing, that's that's amazing. That will only help to grow you. And so, with regard my UK experiences, I remember when I came to UK, I wouldn't even understand people's accent. When I used to go with my partner to shopping centers, I was afraid to go by myself. For first 6 months, I never went out only by myself to even do simple shopping as like vegetable or fruits, because I thought I wouldn't understand them, and that was in my head because coming from a rural background, where you studied in Marathi medium, there's always lack of confidence about English. So I would say some of my fellow Indians here, some studied in convent, they would like so fluent in English, and that would put me further down. That okay, uh, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I didn't even looked at any jobs for 6 months to year, just because fear. So kill fear. Don't fear of anything, because what experiences make you better, not fear. So finally, when I decided to, I made few friends. I made few English friends so that we have good communication. So first few days I wouldn't understand her. If she calls me on phone, I would like, okay, okay, didn't get it, because obviously the way they speak so fast with their accent is quite hard. And then I started spending more time. I spent days just talking with her and understanding the way she talks. And then decided to get at least small job so that I can improve my communication. So basically, I tried to find job in supermarkets where you have to talk with your customer every day. um, but getting job was a bit harder as I didn't had any UK experience. So it was quite a big task. But I finally found a job. It was in a supermarket, Marks and Spencer, where I would speak with customers every day, even though I most of the times I had that fear that, oh my God, I'm not gonna understand them. But then I learned the system. I was confident how it works. A simple scanning system, which even a 10 pass in uh, our cities, they do it. But the big fear was, here, no job is small, No role is small. Your doesn't matter you how educated you are. They treat you same way. So even though you work in a grocery store, it's a customer service job. They expect you to serve them. As I sell cars now, and they would expect similar things. It's like having good customer service. That's the essence, and having that experience helped me a lot. Few months I wouldn't understand people. It was hard. They wouldn't understand my talking. But then eventually it got better, better, and better, because I keep practicing, practicing, and practicing. So the key is here: practice makes man perfect. We used to say we have saying in Marathi, "प्रयत्ने वाळूचे कण रगडता तेलही गळे." So yeah, I did try, and finally I feel so confident that okay, I can speak with any person now. If English Queen comes here, I'll be okay with speaking with her few words. Obviously, that would be great. But yeah, so I would say never afraid, think of, never think like very okay. I studied in Marathi medium, I studied in Hindi medium. How like it's hard for me to speak in English. Try it. We have we have all these small programs in the college where they arrange uh, like institute arrange so many competitions. Try to do it. Try to participate in each and everything actively, not the fifth member. Don't become a fifth member of a group. Never become a fifth member of a group, otherwise you will stay behind. Try to become a leader. Go say, okay, I want to do this in a group discussions. Always share your thoughts, share what you want to say, because if you don't share your thoughts, nobody would listen. Because if you don't respect your thoughts or yourself enough, nobody would care to respect you or what you want to say. So important thing is study, so that gives you confidence, and learn to put your thoughts into action. So once you do that, everything will started falling into place. Exactly. So yeah, another thing which I mentioned before, learn life skills. Doesn't matter how small it might feel small then. Like suppose somebody has a tractor in their house, right? Like because so many families come from farmer background where we live. So somebody has tractor in their house, and you never learn to drive how to drive that tractor. So it's like you wasted it. You wasted your resources. It doesn't matter your family's person drives it or your father, your brother drives it, but you didn't get the chance to learn how to do it right then. That means you're losing opportunity. You're losing chance which you had. So I would say do anything, just learn. That's after 10 years, I would say I could have been learned that. Yes, I read a lot of books. I read so many books other than academics in my college life. When I was doing BSc, uh, all I did is reading other books, which gives you sense of confidence when you speak in public, I would say. Because suppose there is a 10 people around you, and they're speaking on some scientific invention, and you don't know anything about it, so you ultimately become the last member of the group to contribute. So you get sidelined. Nobody want to listen to you because you don't have anything to share. So people always, it's human psychology. People like someone who has something to contribute. So read latest news. We used to have, I think, in the last trimester, I think Subramaniam sir, they used to have our general knowledge test. Actually, we had some marks on that. So I remember studying so hard for like everybody used they just got printouts from Google about latest, general knowledge and studying and, try to read things. So we had to do that in the last trimester because we never did that gradually in our life. So having general knowledge is really, really important. I remember going for an interview when I was last year in my BSc. I was so confident as because I think as she introduced, I won like hundreds of elocution and debate competition by then. I was so overconfident, I would say. I wouldn't say confident. I was overconfident to go for that interview, which was for GTV Marathi, for news reporter. And I went without completely unprepared. I didn't read anything. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get job. I have good uh, I would say I have good presentation skill. I have good speaking skill. I'll get the job easily. I went there, thousands of people, thousands of girls and boys standing in the line of that Nashik Hilton hotel, and I got chance to do screenshot at least. And I was doing that as because I was not prepared. My Marathi didn't come out properly as because I, as you know, like in Sangli side, Kolhapur side, we speak our language is a bit different than what Pune's people speak or what certain people speak. Because I would say my Marathi is a bit like th, d, th, t, th, d, th. So these words come out quite strongly, and they don't wanted that. So I didn't do practice. I just read out. Still, they said, okay, that's fine. Still, they selected me just because my presence was good on a screen. But when they started asking me questions about simple general knowledge, like, okay, how many uh, political parties, like, how many politicians are from your state or your not state, your tehsil, I was like, I knew that, but I wasn't confident because I didn't study on that. So I was like mumbling there for in most important stage of my life that could have been life changer back then. So I literally screwed it. So without preparation, going for interviews, without preparation, going for presentations, without preparation, going for exams is not a good idea. I did that mistakes, but I don't want to just share success stories. I want to share my failure as well. I would say that was the biggest failure of of my, I wouldn't say my life, but that was biggest failure. But that teaches me. After that, after that happened, I never ever ever in my life went for an interview without not prepared. So be it like small. I remember going in Marks and Spencer interview. That was simple little retail job, but I prepared so hard. I studied their background. I studied their entire like 20, 50 years old history, that they were impressed by me on a telephone. So when we were having telephonic interview, I had my notes ready. I had everything on a paper right there. So they wouldn't see it obviously on a phone, but that gave me so much confidence that I know this stuff. And when I started speaking about it, they knew that I did my study, and that's what impresses people nowadays, that you do your homework, you do your study. That shows that how much you are invested, how much you're ready to put your efforts in something. And nowadays, that's what matters. uh, doesn't matter how you look, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter, uh, the other things doesn't matter. Show effort, show people, like show your teachers that you want to achieve that, you want to go for that competition. Show your employer, I would say, when you start looking for a job, that you are ready to do that, all the hard work, you are ready to learn. That's what impresses people nowadays. So another instant of my life, with impressed by my speaking skills, my one of my teacher recommended me for to someone for a job interview, and it was in software sales. I went to there. I didn't know anything about software sales. Even I didn't had technical background, so I wasn't very technical sound. As I said, having technical, little bit at least technical knowledge will help you. I went to that interview without knowing how it works and everything, and I failed there. It was back in 2008, actually, before I joined institute. So these little things, these little failures will remind you that, okay, you're not repeating that mistake again. If you're doing something, you need to be prepared, you need to do your homework, and then you start it. Yeah, so that's about it. So I'm really happy that I finally found my dream job. Um, and I think I'm really doing good. I was in top in all our three branches. I was the top seller last for July month, which I'm immensely proud of, because I think I'm the only Asian or Indian person working in uh, our entire company, and who is doing great. So I really like to thank you for everyone. Um, or what else is, if somebody wanted to ask me some questions, or I would like to, I'm happy to answer the questions.
Yes, the session is open for question and answer session. Participants can ask question. Participants can unmute themselves and can ask questions.
Um,
So with this, so our expert Mrs. Ashwini explained and suggested so many things like communication, basic IT skills, book reading, personal and life skills, and how to deal with criticism. Also, she also shared her mistakes and experiences. She shared her own journey and how a rural girl reached to a benchmark of a success, that too in a London. So yes, Ashwini, we are really proud of you, and you are a true inspiration to our students. So I, Dr. Manisha Shinde, on behalf of Bharati Vidyapit's Institute of Management and Rural Development Administration, Sangli, and the entire fraternity of management here, extend very hearty gratitude to Mrs. Ashwini, our today's speaker, for gracious, crucial work and sharing with us your opinion today. It has been our pleasure to host you, Ashwini. And thank you very much. Thanks for inspiring our students. Thanks for your valuable suggestions and experiences. Thank
Thank
you,
you very
Ashwini.
much. Thank you.
Yes, Gautami. I hand over the charge to Gautami now.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, ma'am. Thank you so much for your guidance.
Thank you.
Okay. For the second session, we are having a very interesting topic, which is life skills. Due to pandemic situation, we all are locked down in our own houses. But for better lifestyle, we have invited a very precious guest for us, which is Namrata Patil ma'am, to guide us with some life skills. Namrata Patil ma'am is a life coach at Being You in Sangli. She has an experience of over 7 years of teaching management students, corporate training and development program for employees for 2 years of industrial experience. She has gone through extensive training programs, core communication, case study, SAS training certificate, happiness life coaching, leadership and management, NPL practitioner certificate for development, and pursuing her PhD. As well as she has met her degree of competency in skills required to merit certificate of coaching in uh, programming by neuro-linguistic programming by Association of NPL India and European Community of NPL. She is a passionate teacher and a coach. We are so glad to have you here, ma'am, for this webinar. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Gautami. Good morning. Actually, it's about to get an afternoon, but for me, it's a bright morning. Today is BVU IMRDA's Foundation Day, and nothing can be as much as grateful for me as a student, as an alumni of this institution. I should thank each and every member who has contributed in this great journey, whether it was academics, whether it is right now me as a life coach. And I am really, really thankful to Dr. Nitin Nayak sir and Pratap Desai sir, and definitely all the teaching and non-teaching staff for giving me an opportunity to express my views and feelings for today. I heard the previous speaker, and as being from the same community as, I mean, a students community, not a speakers community, definitely, that it's quite emotional, and we feel the sentiments for today, that we are doing something for our institution. Yes, IMRDA has served for quality education for so many years. It's been a really quite achievable journey to each and everyone, may it be teachers, may it be management, may it be students. And I truly believe today, on starting with this occasion today for life skills session, I would like to say yes for all the IMRDA team sitting in Sangli, and wherever we are connected, it is those were the really best days of our lives. Okay, so all the participants, I really welcome you. And it's not going to be just a session or a kind of lecture or what you're going to get out of it. I would like to say get key insights from me, that how you are going to go ahead from this starting point if you feel so. So, Dr. Manisha Shinde, madam, can I continue with the session?
Sure, ma'am, you can.
Okay. Just give me a second and I'll be starting with my visual aid, that is PowerPoint presentation. So participants, hold on. Am I audible? All the participants?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Yes, ma'am.
Participants, I request you to wait for a while because I'm just sharing my contents, which I have prepared for today. So here it is. I start with greetings to Institute of Management and Rural Development Administration, Sangli. And here it is, my presentation for today. One thing I would like to ask the participants today, that are you aware of life skills? Anyone can unmute and let me know if they are aware what life skills are. I'm just checking on you because I want to know how many people are listening actually. You can either answer as yes or no. Is anybody aware of life skills? Have heard before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. So this is what is all about being you. This is a journey I started after what I did in academics for past 9 years. And here I am, a being you journey, which says be the best version of yourself. See, everybody living here in this pandemic definitely is thinking about how we can go ahead. So I would like to ask a question. What was life before this pandemic? What we are living right now? And what you might be thinking of life after pandemic? Okay, so whatever it is, I feel as being you is all the journey of you be the best version of yourself. May it be before, may it be today, or may it be tomorrow. So here's a question for you all today, and think about it. The first thing says, do we remember all the marks that we have scored in class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on for how many classes you have gone. You might say that some of the greatest and most successful people were neither A graders, nor do they can enough remember about and try to remember the grades either. But one thing we all will agree today is that we do remember the incidents, the experiences we have had in our school days, the best days, the golden days of our lives, any kind of celebrations or events happening in our lives, may it be in market, with family, with friends, with colleagues, with travel experiences, I mean, because those experiences have given us so many things, and especially skills, knowingly and unknowingly, we have with us today. So, in fact, the more the experiences, we get more skilled and we gain skills through experiences in the life. And the better the human beings we become, the more the experience we need to get. Okay. So, for us right now, sitting in this pandemic era, what we call 2020, have you thought of the virus that has been sitting in your head and maybe residing in your hearts? Because this is a virus, biological virus, which has infected us. But what about the thoughts? What about the feelings? What about the learning outcomes of these kind of experiences we have had in our life, or we are still having in our life, and a lot of things we are going to experience in our futures? Okay, so just question yourself right now, sitting, and if you're listening to me very, very keenly, that think about it. I'm talking about life skills, definitely. Yes, so life skills is a necessity for today. And let us see that how you're going to get the insights of life skills in your life for your personal, professional, as well as, I would like to say, 360-degree areas of your life. So here's a slide which I have prepared to just make participants aware if some people are not aware of what exactly life skills are. Okay, so I'm not giving a definition because there isn't any definition, or I would rather say that there isn't enough definitive list even for life skills. Okay, so here's a difference between what academic skills or hard skills are and what life skills are meant to be. So academic skills are the skills that are learned to perform a specific job or job function and are more easily identifiable and quantifiable. Mostly things we what we know. Okay, what you learn from your studies. Okay, so study skills are something what you know, and life skills are to the contradictory, less tangible, and they are more associated with one's traits or personality factors. These are the abilities or behaviors that help you deal effectively with events and challenges of your life. So, mostly life skills are how you act. Okay, like right now, I'm speaking to all of you. So, you know much, you can observe me the way I am interacting with you all. So there is no mirror in front of me so that I can see and get to know that how I am behaving or how I'm speaking, because you are observing me. So it is definitely when you're skilled in something, it is how you act on it. So in simple terms, I want you people to understand the term life skills refers to skills you need to make most out of your life. So, because everyone thinks that my life is my life, nothing to do with your life. Okay. But let me tell today to every participant that our lives are same. Okay. As we are human beings and we're sitting in the same pandemic, but it is about how we are going to make most out of it. And that is called as living. And if you're skilled enough to understand that, if you're regularly practicing on your skills, definitely you're going to make better choices. Okay, so here is an example like driving a car, for example. So driving a car for a rural background person might be a very big thing because he might have a car phobia or a fear because he might be driving it for the first time. But to the contrary, if a person who is from a big city or a metropolitan city, definitely driving a car might be really a very ordinary thing. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you today is it should therefore be clear that everyone will potentially have a different list of skills they consider most essential in their life. Okay, so life skills is all about everyone will have a potentially different list of life skills. It's not one skill for one person. It's not like that. Okay, so it depends on what you need to make most out of. So this presentation is going to make an attempt to introduce you to the concept of life skills, and maybe you will point out towards other aspects that you may find useful for developing your life skills. So here's what is preferably the, the most popular life skills I've studied and put them on a slide because this is the only space I've got, and as much as I can, I have put it on the list. So, see, you can just read out in your mind what kind of life skills you, as students, or maybe entrepreneurs, or uh, some students might be doing internships. They need to inculcate these life skills. Okay, so may it be focus, may it be flexibility, may it be work ethics, may it be self control, may it be being responsible, may it be managing conflicts. Okay, a lot of organizational skills. Again, it can be time management skills, it can be public speaking and presentation skills, which even Ashwini madam said and mentioned in her session. Okay, so these are, I feel, most likely life skills which I find for your age it's helpful. Okay, so participants, I would like to uh, put it in your account, these kind of issues or these problems right now I feel a lot of people are addressing of your age. I've purposely put some images which I feel is going to talk about life skills in uh, in regards to your personal development. Okay, so what exactly goes on goes on your mind, and that is maybe relationship strains, exam stress, worries, job problems. Those who don't have job, they might think that, okay, what kind of job I'm going to get? Again, here it's written as school problems, but of course, school is what you're meant is your own learning problems, assignments. Again, I've seen a lot of bullying. Okay, again, youngsters are habitually uh, tagging each other or labeling each other as maybe a loser, a nerd, a stupid, a fat, an ugly. Okay, I've been listening to such kind of words. Okay, over the years, where a lot of people go through a lot. Again, there are social mediums which you have accustomed to, and virtually your identities are attached to a lot of attitude, beliefs, and behavioral issues. Okay, so this is how it stresses your mind, and things might pop up right now by watching this these pictures, that how I can get help and get out of it. Okay, so it's not necessary that it's always going to be a doctor, a counselor. It can be your own skills. Education is the biggest weapon in our hands. If we learn things, okay, that makes our lives easy and makes us grow through our obstacles, the key is in your hand. Okay, so what I would like to tell you today is about life skills are definitely key to success. There are a lot of studies that have been proven worldwide, may it be nationally or globally, that how life skills have boosted career success. Okay, I know there are a lot of students who are having hidden entrepreneurial potential. They might feel like, okay, I'm a loser, a tag, okay, which you might be teasing each other, but there's no one like loser. Okay, there's always a winner. Can you see a W? Okay, so when you lose, but when you join your loses and your experiences you have gone throughout your losing, okay, that's how you come out winning. So that's how your entrepreneurial potential is unlocked. Again, for management students, I know how the word leadership works magically. Okay, so there are a lot of leaders, and so it really boosts your leadership talent. Again, health is the real wealth, and in pandemic this is the best thing which we have learned. Okay, if health is ruined, nothing can be achieved in our life. So even life skills are important in terms of our health area, our relationship, the satisfaction, the fulfillment, the humor, the fun, the happiness you would want to have in your life. Okay, so it is the answer to everything which you would like to achieve, or you might already been achieving with. Okay, so I would even address is it as an antidote to stress. Okay, because sometimes it is a productive stress, but sometimes it is even unproductive stress. Okay, so here I have listed some top life skills, and that is I'm going to explain in short. So first one is definitely communication. Okay, so a lot of people might think that I am learning communication as a subject. Okay, and I'm even writing papers on communication styles. Okay, written communication, oral communication, I mean verbal and non-verbal communication. But I would like to question you all that when we are talking about skills, it is about how you are practicing it. Okay, so that's why I've given examples here of your body language, your presentation skills really matter. Okay, how you are sitting and how you are standing, and that becomes your habit. See, I do understand that everyone comes from a different background and everyone has their own communication style. But when you want to grow in terms of your personality factors, or when you want to go for your career succession path, definitely you need to be a effective communicator. Okay, you should be able to at least communicate effectively so that you will get answers to your own questions. Next thing is that next life skill is emotional intelligence. uh, Definitely it's something which we have by birth. Okay, every human beings, the first thing what a person emotes is about it, a person cries when he or she takes birth on this planet. Okay, so this is what God has gifted us with. But again, here the word says emotional intelligence, how intelligently we are handling our emotions. So this is again a broaden and a very detailed area where you can work on, so that you will be more skilled in terms of your self awareness. See, first thing I have given here is self awareness, because every participant, or maybe majority of participants, are going to agree with me that whole life, or 60% to 80% of our lives, we always think about others. Yeah, we observe others, we see what good and bad experiences they have given us, how he or she is stalking, how he or she is acting, how he or she is behaving. But do we realize, and do we sit and go inside ourselves and really try to listen and see that how aware I am of myself, my own self? And this is the missing part. And this is how life skills have has an area of emotional intelligence which works on the modules like self awareness, empathy, leadership, etc. The third topmost life skill is considered for uh, you people is decision making and problem solving. That is understanding problem. You have to find solutions over it, maybe alone sometimes, and maybe sometimes with other people, and definitely taking a corrective action. And the last one is creative and critical thinking skills. Okay, I mean, you might be learning subjects in management like foundation of human skills. Again, there are subjects like organizational behavior, uh, communication, then these kind of subjects might give you an understanding of even generating creativity, and they will boost your critical thinking. So generating new ideas, finding new solutions, assessing a lot of information, and understanding the relevance of it. That is what is meant by creative and critical thinking skills. Now, again, I would like to ask you a question, participants, that do you feel and are you aware of yourself? See, here's a picture of maybe an adolescent or a youngster. And this is how the brain is thinking, okay, or the mind and the turmoil inside is. So sometimes in some situations, you might feel the certainty. Sometimes in some situations, you might feel it's everything is uncertain. You might feel lost. You might feel maybe I am going in a right direction. Like when you're standing on an edge, like what after BBA? Okay, then definitely it is going to be an MBA. Then what after MBA? Then what? A job. Okay, so you're a confused person, especially when you are in an adolescent or a person who is still studying. Okay, so it's quite natural to get this kind of confusion in your mind. So sometimes the answers might be yes, sometimes no, sometimes never, and sometimes you might feel even stuck. So right now I can just assure you as a life coach that it's normal to feel like that. Okay, but only thing is, if you are uh, thinking in a prolonged way, I mean for many years you are lost, feeling lost, and you're feeling everything is uncertain and I'm stuck, but solution is inside you. Solution will be always inside you, because you know much better about yourself. But you don't ask a question which I have asked you right now, that is, are you aware of yourself? Okay, so here's a condition, that is, I would put you in certain guidelines for improving your life skills and maybe building positive attitudes. I hope this helps you. You can even note it down, a few things, because uh, sometimes we need others to push ourselves when our mind is not able to get any of the answers. Okay, so the very first thing I would like to say is, apart from what you're studying, apart from which background you're coming, in what surroundings you're living in what situations you're dealing with, when you're beginning with your life skills, you need to create self awareness, and that's a journey. So, the very first tip for today is, the first thing is respect yourself. Yes, you might say that this is a very, very simple term, but as a life coach, I see every day people are disrespecting themselves or maybe others. I've seen they are not accepting their innermost feelings. Okay. The common tendency right now in youngsters I have seen is self-sabotaging. Okay. That is means suffering has become a quite quality of a lot of people right now, which they think that, okay, ye aisa hi hai, मुझे ऐसे ही दुख में रहना पसंद है. Okay, why would you like to disrespect yourself when you can live a life which is worthy? You can create a life which is respectful. So you need to understand and you need to be aware of yourself, of your innermost feelings, that how you are feeling and how you can be just accepting the fact. Okay. The second tip of creating self-awareness is be optimistic. Okay. See, right now, for in a pandemic era, positive word I feel is the most negative word, right? So that's why I've used something called as optimism. See, optimism allows you to be negative. Okay, listen to this very carefully. Being optimism doesn't mean that you can't be negative. It's a myth. Human beings feel a lot. So the habit of optimism is, even if something bad is happening or negative is happening to you, still you are confident enough to accept the fact that you are going to move on, you are going to grow further, and you are going to uh, set an perception for yourself and others that, okay, something good is going to happen. So especially when you have to gather that kind of confidence in your own abilities and life skills and self-awareness as an element might uh, give you that kind of confidence of growing your abilities, and then you will be a performer. So I always tell people that avoid being cynical. So cynical is something when you feel like, okay, everyone is selfish in this world. Okay, everyone has a bad intention behind doing something. See, not necessarily. If someone says you're bad, for example, so you may just question to yourself that in comparison to whom? If somebody labels you that you are idiot, then you can even question yourself that in comparison to whom. See, every other person might have been idiotic in terms of his life experiences or situations sometimes. So it's the matter of being optimistic, and it doesn't come in one day. See, try and understand what life skills are. It can't be happening over one day or 2 day. It needs a lot of practice. You need to practice on your optimism. Okay, the next thing is you just need to be true to yourself. Okay, being true to yourself is knowing your strengths and also your weaknesses or limitations. Many of the students or management students are aware of SWOT analysis as well, but here it is meant to say that when you work more on your strengths and you understand your limitations, okay, you increase your capabilities and dealings in life. And it's, I will say here, it is being true to yourself is it's okay not to be okay sometimes. It's okay to say that I need help, okay, because that really is positive attitude. It's never negative. We have always been taught, maybe because of culture we have survived in or lived in, that seeking somebody's help is a mere weakness, but not necessarily. Okay, it is a good thing to take or seek help for the right reasons you're growing in. Okay, so that's what I would like to take a note. You should take a note for today is even be true to yourself. Again, I would give you a case or kind of a situation or an incident where you got to answer this to yourself today. See, sometimes you prepare for yourselves a lot, okay, and sometimes you have really worked hard for something. And if someone challenges you something you say, how do you respond? Okay, so especially it is you're meant as you don't definitely like it. Yeah, and so sometimes people might say that is just the type of things I would expect from you. Yeah, I mean drastic, it is a reaction kind of, okay, this is what I would expect from you. Then again you can ask a person, if he or she challenges you, is what's wrong with my point of view. Okay, and again probability is saying that I have another option, but I would like to hear what others have to say first. Okay, so why I am making you think for this kind of thing today, because you are so quick with your reaction. Like if somebody says something which is challenging you, okay, this is what happens. Yeah, this is how languages have changed. Yeah, maybe you will feel irritated, maybe you will feel angry, you might feel sad, you might feel disgusting. Okay, maybe some people might take it very casually. Okay, usme kya hota hai. Okay, some people might say, okay, revengeful behavior. Okay, everybody's reaction is different. Now again, I'll go back to the slide and see, the question is how do you respond. The question wasn't how you reacted, right? The question was how you responded. So basically, we need to manage ourselves. That is, we need to regulate. Regulation is something how you control your feelings and how you're managing at times when challenging times are, or somebody has said something to you which you don't like it. So the persons who are skilled, okay, what life skills teaches you in terms of your self-awareness or your personal development is you need to understand that it's not about reacting, it is about responding. Okay, so these are the key notes I would like to mention when it comes to managing yourself. So defer judgment and curb impulses. Defer judgment is, see, sometimes we easily judge that particular person or at that moment. Yeah, when somebody says something to you, you are like, okay, everything is finished, that's it, I'm going to quit, that's it, it's enough for me. Okay, these are the sentences, or these are the words that really come out with anger, or that is how we react impulsively. So here I'm telling you that when you are trained, when you try to manage and regulate yourself, you would definitely defer judgment. That means you will take a pause at that time if something wrong has happened, and definitely you won't be attached with the impulses uh, in that particular situation when it has happened. But it requires practice, as I said. Okay, second thing is you need to park the problems, detach yourself for a while. I'm talking about a previous critical incident. Okay, so can we halt our problems for a while when something really serious or wrong things have happened, and you are not in a state to maybe answer it or find a solution on it? It is that kind of case, and so you need to detach yourself. See, today you're studying and tomorrow you'll be an intern. Okay, you will maybe do an MBA. Okay, then later on you will uh, go for a job. Okay, so everywhere there are people. You're going to work with human beings. We work with human beings and we deal with human beings. Okay, so it is definitely every person is dealing with their own problems. They have their own life stories. They have their own beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors. Okay, but it's prime responsibility of every individual to learn life skills so that they can deal with their day-to-day problems and grow. The next thing is be flexible and go with the flow and do not force it. Okay, sometimes we become really rigid, and this is how habits are formed. People are rigid in terms of not changing. Like in pandemic, it is the best thing. I feel it's an opportunity to learn that how can we adapt uncertainty, how can we get prepared for the worst conditions. It can be any uncertain situation, it can be any natural disaster as well. Management teaches us to be more organized and we can be prepared. Okay, so being flexible should be a preparedness. It doesn't happen in 1 or 2 days. Okay, it depends on what kind of things you're doing throughout years, your previous years, and even you're doing it today. Are you flexible in situations, or are you really stuck and rigid at times? Think about it. Okay, next is definitely managing your communication, and your the word is missing, but it's effective communication. You, whatever you say consciously, and whatever you think, and whatever you are doing at the back of your mind, I mean your inner talk, that shows subconsciously. Okay, your eye contact, your body language, your shoulders, your hand movements, the way you're talking, the way you're walking. Okay, that's how even you might have understood friends come to know, your parents come to know when you're saying everything is okay. Okay, but your body is showing and your eyes are showing and your behaviors are showing that you're not feeling okay. Okay, so that's what in life skills you get to learn, how you're going to manage or regulate your own self, and that is a emotionally stable person is oftenly happy. Okay, because happiness is your inner factor. It can't be anybody else's factor. Okay, so you know better that what makes you a stable person inside, and you get to learn it. And this word or these words are most frequently said. Okay, if your professor asks you, have you done with the assignment? Okay, I can't do it, sir, or can't do it, madam. It's so tough, madam or sir. Okay, at home also we speak in a language which adds negation. Yeah, uh, I can't feel procrastinated. I mean, procrastination is a very, very I feel uh, what you can say, a habit which you like doing it. I mean, go for an exercise when you wake up in the morning and you are just out of your bed and you are like talking to yourself like I can't do it today. Today there are rains. Okay, there is a pandemic out there. Okay, but pandemic is outside, not in your home. You can stay home, stay safe. Okay, and do a lot of things out of your procrastination. Okay, we just keep giving excuses of can't doing it. Okay, because our inner communication or inner self talk uh, controls us. You don't control it, and that is about learning life skills. When you will start controlling it, definitely it will be manageable. But if they start controlling you, this is the negation, and that's why I've cut with a Caesar. Okay, and that is why I've definitely put on this that I can't do it. Okay, so you have to say I can do it. Simple saying changes your thought process and the way you feel. Okay, the next guideline is about motivating yourself. You all will agree with me that we have written a lot of answers on this in the question papers also. Motivation, okay, it's there. But I would again raise a question that how many of you do it by yourself? Okay, see, being human beings, I completely understand that we need a lot of extrinsic factors which really motivate us. But I'm talking about life skills in which you can be skilled enough to motivate yourself in down times, in worst times, in times when you don't have that kind of strength, okay, to move forward in life. May it be academics, may it be your personal issues, may it be your uh, professional issues, may it be your relationship issues, anything. Okay, so that's why I've put some key points which I feel that might be helpful for you to achieve a lot of growth in your life. And that is, the first thing is striving to improve and achieve high standards. See, when I say these simple words like striving to improve, how many us want to really improve? Because sometimes there is really demotivation that has gone on autopilot mode. Okay, sometimes when opportunities are lined up, sometimes even you might have seen your faculty members. I know IMRDA faculty members, and they really, really encourage you to do new projects. They want you to handle events on your own. Okay, and it's okay even if you make mistakes. Everyone has gone through a student life, and everyone knows that it's not easy always. Okay, but it is about, are you striving for the improvement which others are giving, or maybe are you grabbing that thing so that you would like to tell yourself that yeah, I want to improve in this. May it be your subjects you're learning in, may it be your healthy habits, may it be your personality development, may it be your simple organizing principles. Okay, like suppose your mother tells you to uh, do some daily chores. Okay, or maybe cleaning utensils or cleaning washroom. How many of you help your parents, or at home you are in this pandemic, I mean, you are helping out with these kind of things, cleaning your wardrobes? Just put a thumbs up in a chat box. I would like to see later on how many thumbs ups are there. Okay, because these are the things you might feel that it's not required. I will do BBA or MBA, or maybe tomorrow I want 50, 60,000 salary, or I want to be a CEO. Okay, have you seen CEOs or highly successful people what they do at home? Okay, simple cleaning your wardrobe might make you more organized. It will make you more modest. Okay, if you try to utilize your skills in even day-to-day activities, like exercising should be your daily habit. You can't procrastinate for 4 days in a week saying that, okay, it's okay that I'll do it on Saturday or Sundays. Okay, try and do it. Okay, it will give you achieve your high standards. First, set up a standard. I mean, have you set up a benchmark at least? Okay, at least weekly or quarterly. Next is being committed to set and achieve your goals. Okay, being committed to set and achieve your goals. Have you Somebody has unmuted the audio. I would like to request, please mute your audio, participants. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so taking initiative and seizing the opportunity. And the final key element in motivating yourself is being optimistic even in the face of difficulties and setbacks. See, as even Ashwini madam said that we all have setbacks. We all have failures. Okay, being human being, nobody's life is perfect. Okay, a lot of students even say that uh, it is all about winning, always about winning. But you might ask a loser that how he has won, what are the struggles, and that is how life skills make you understand that failure is an experience. If you experience failure, later on you will address a lot of things where there is a scope of improvement after that failure, like especially in sports. So the person who has lost a previous game, maybe his favorite sport or her favorite sport, he won't quit on that game. Do you quit on your sports? I mean, if you're playing cricket or football or any game, okay. Yesterday, if you have lost with a team, or maybe it's a solo game, so later on you will practice, and again you will try to go for the next game. And that's how even the life aspects are, whether it is studies, whether it is your career. These principles are definitely applied in these areas. Okay, so there's another slide where you might relate with the socio emotional factors in life skills or the interpersonal relationships. I've definitely put a few things, that is such as feeling safe in the surroundings, the emotional connectivity we have with each other. Again, it is identify needs of ourselves and others, how we collaborate with each other, because for management students or in anybody, like for anybody, networking is important. I mean, pandemic has taught us to physically isolate ourselves. Okay, but emotional isolation, I don't think so we need to emotionally isolate ourselves. Yeah, so how safe we feel with our network. Again, what kind of relationships we are considering. Here's a picture. You can see a person watching his or her mobile or tablet. Okay, and how we relate with that particular responses or reactions you're getting online, maybe on a photograph, or maybe you're posted something and people are liking and laughing. Okay, and how you're uh, checking it out and how you're changing. Okay, what games you're playing every day, may it be video games, may it be virtual games, may it be your field games, I mean real ground sports. Okay, these all are teaching you life skills. So choose wisely, listen to other people. Okay, that really will develop your interpersonal relationships. And that's how the next key point is understanding or responding others. Okay, when is there anybody who thinks here that everybody would should listen to me? Yeah, we always utter these kind of words, like, or maybe you might say nobody listens to me, nobody understands me. So I will ask a question to every participant here, that do you understand others? Do you listen to others? Do you listen to your mother's hurtful words? I mean, I'm asking. asking you about listening. I'm not asking you about hearing. Because when your mother says that, okay, you did not do anything, or you did not, I mean, you miss doing something in your home. Okay, so you just hear the words. You don't listen to her feelings of maybe she needs help at home, maybe laundry work or any kind of work or responsibility which she feels like you are really helpful in doing that. And when you're starting from basics at home, that is life skills, definitely you will grow in terms of your professional lives. But if you're not habitually doing all these things, you're not listening to maybe even your parents or your professors, your best friends, sometimes you miss out listening to them also, then definitely tomorrow you are going to feel like, okay, everyone in the world is bad, and I'm cutting off relationships with everyone. I just want to be alone. Okay, so your anxieties will increase, your fears might increase, you will isolate yourself emotionally, and that's not a good sign, isn't it? You will agree with me on this. So understanding or responding others is a necessity, and that's a guideline for you people today. So being sensitive towards and understanding other people. So a lot of people say, okay, these days are so pathetic, like people are becoming insensitive. So who are people? I would like to question the participants today. Who are people? We are people. If individually we turn out to be sensitive towards understanding other people, that is a life skill. Okay, even management teaches us to be morally, ethically, and socially responsible, isn't it? So being sensitive towards understanding will definitely help you even in workplaces, making making the needs and interests of others your point of reference. Yeah, so you need to understand from others point of view. You have to be in others shoes. Okay, it's like being an empathetic person. Okay, empathy is a quality which you have to inculcate. If you start understanding from others point of view, see, everyone has a good intention. Even if you have had a bad fight with your friends or your parents or whoever you feel is a closed person, and then later on you might feel inside yourself that, okay, मेरा कहने का मतलब ये नहीं था या वो नहीं था. Okay, he or she took it in a wrong way, or it got into a dirty fight, or in a misunderstanding. Okay, so nobody has a bad intention. Okay, I feel majority of the people have good intention behind saying something, but we don't understand needs and interests of other people or from their perspective. Okay, next is furthering the development of other people. So this is a quality which can take you a long way ahead. Okay, if you become self-obsessed person, and I mean a selfish quality, we know it's a negativity. So we need to understand from development of other people's point of view, and definitely when it comes to others, being tuned in socially. Tuning means as we hear any song on FM, okay, or we listen to a favorite song on our playlist, we are in tune with that particular rhythm or the words of the singer, or maybe we can relate with the emotions they are expressing. And this is how even we need to be in tune with each other. We are human beings made of blood and flesh, and God has gifted us with this human engineering kind of thing, isn't so? So being tuned in socially, yeah, it means that it on Facebook or in on what a lot of social mediums, having 4,000 or 5,000 friends, and in real you don't have even a single real friend, a genuine friend. And even it matters at workplaces, how you're building relationships, how you're building trust with each other, how you are accepting even mistakes of others, and how you're growing together. That has been tuning socially. Yeah, so this is about handling interpersonal relationships. That is what I was saying, inspiring and guiding groups and people. Okay, you have to be enthusiastic for having a shared vision and mission. If I ask few students right now, okay, can you write your vision for tomorrow? I mean, vision for at least in coming 5 years. I know a lot of people might be able to write, but by just thinking that, you might ask, okay, can you define vision? Okay, because we are bound to just think of the conceptual things or theoretical things. But here it is, I'm talking about something which is your quality. Okay, to be an enthusiastic, you need to show some interest in things. To see a vision, you have to visualize things, how you want to look yourself in coming 3 years. Okay, and I don't feel so that nobody wants to see themselves lacking behind or not growing in a way they want to be. Definitely it takes time, give time. Okay, so step forward to lead as needed. Okay, we require, India is a country where right now even government is taking such initiatives called as 21st century life skills. Yeah, I would urge everyone to just uh, take into consideration that what kind of life skills for every age group the government is planning. But what about 80% of the youngsters who are taking or not taking step forward to lead as needed? Yeah, so listen to others, lead by example. I believe people like more positive people. Yeah, nobody likes to be with a person who is pessimistic, who always speaks negative, who always complains about everything, who always feels that he or she is demotivated. Okay, people ignore such kind of people. So when you are being self aware that you should be in a way you want to be, which you feel is the best version of you. And that is how leading is by example. Okay, so when you see that there are a lot of role models in society, whoever it is, may it be a film actor, may it be a politician, may it be an entrepreneur, okay, whoever it is, you have to inculcate that quality. Even if we talk about the supreme energy that is God, okay, it is about taking respecting their qualities and lead by example. I mean why we say that he is God or she is God? Because we really respect the qualities in them, and we have to inculcate those things. And that is what leading is all about. Lead by example. Here is again an interesting exercise, which definitely we are not going to do today, but definitely I would request it to the uh, organizers or whoever is coordinating right now, that you can just take a printout, or you can take a screenshot rather of this, and later on you can just fill it. And the best part of this exercise is you are going to score yourself. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Okay. So I'll just read a few things for you, because how you're going to rate. You're going to rate this on a scale of 1 to 5. So 1 is very seldom applies to you. 2 is seldom applies to you. 3 is sometimes applies to you, oftenly applies to you. And 5 is very oftenly applies to you. Okay, and see the way the questions are framed, and while reading it you might get a thought. Okay, and it's important because it's the thought that counts. Trust me on this. When you are in a process of learning, it's the thought that counts. So first thing is, I must be perfect and I never make a mistake. Wait, I should always be in control. I must succeed. I can't stand failure. I should please and gain approval. Rejection is horrible. I am a victim of my past or present circumstances, and therefore I'm doomed to suffer. Life must be fair. People should give me my own way. Some groups or people are inferior. All of them are. They should keep their place or they should not exist. I must be right. I must win. Failure is unbearable. Others should appreciate the things I do for them. Life should be easy. So that's how this is your test. And I feel this is quite interesting and you'll enjoy doing it. Okay. So just do it and maybe share it with your faculty members, and maybe they can email me. Okay. I would like to know, because this is how your learning journey starts. Okay. So I've given a glimpse of it, that how you can grow in terms of your, or you can be skilled in your life skills. Okay. So now the next question, or few of the participants might be asking a question of, okay, what about job and economy and etc. So I will just give a glimpse. Okay, I wouldn't say that I have a lot of time to explain you these things, but a glimpse of how you can contribute in the economic necessity. And this is it. Some people might be going for entrepreneurship and for job. So what exactly hiring people in India want more? Okay, I've studied few things and facts, and I've put it on this uh, slide. So see what pops up. Okay, so strong ethics, work ethics. So it's not about what you write in your examination. Work ethics, question on work ethics. It's like how ethical you are in terms of your working. You have to practice in your day-to-day lives. Positive attitude. See the percentage. Okay, hiring people want more dependable. Here it doesn't mean you're not independent. Dependability is about dependability in teamwork. Okay, in, or maybe a reliability kind of factor. Again, see flexibility and adaptability also. It's missing there, but it's flexible and adaptable is 51%. Effective communicator. It's not just communicator. Organized. See, it is works well under pressure, self-motivated and team-oriented. Okay, there was again a survey I gone through on internet, and according to Career Builder, see what human resource managers say. The facts say that 77% of employers believe that life skills are just important as other skills. Okay, so may it be technical skills, may it be any hard skill. Okay, so by considering those are also important, but you can't say that okay, these things are not just important. Because see, human resource managers, when they are going to interview you, or when you're going to build your CV, okay, you need to understand that they will observe and they will expect these things, that is how you're skilled in, okay, in terms of your attitude, beliefs, behaviors, etc. Okay, and see, almost 20% said that they were more important than other skills. So resign yourselves to the reality that, see, what can happen, or few things had happened even in the past. So 46% of newly hired employees will fail within 18 months. So your failure in the sense, see, a lot of job uh, are being hopped, okay, by employees after 1.5 years, or after even 6 months, or 12 months. They do realize, okay, that they want to switch, they want to go for another job, or they will resign, okay, and they will move on. This is the shift when you will start working. And this is the percentage I have found it on internet with certain records. Okay, and 89%, this is Indian record. Okay, I'm not talking about global things, I'm talking about India. So 89% for lack of top life skills, like such as professionalism or ability to get along with others or handling pressures. So why not, when you're in a student phase, you get to learn these things, so that you don't get your time wasted when you're doing the actual job. Okay, so life skills are important, if you say yes. So what about your resumes, interviews and personality assessments? Yeah, surprised or shocked to see that I've scratched it? Yes, you might have felt, okay, what is this, why is it scratched? That is important. Yes, it is important when you are putting something which you are. Okay, so don't lie on your resumes, don't be a liar in your interviews, or don't be fake in terms of your personality assessments. See how it is uh, one and the same. When life skills are important, and when you're skilled in terms of your abilities, and you develop in your performance, definitely you're going to put the same things in your resumes, interviews and personality assessments. But if you Google and download and copy paste the stuff on your resume, or you are complete fake in terms of showing, is it going to sustain in your workplaces tomorrow? Even if you want to become a leader, people are going to follow you for your qualities and the skills you have. Okay, so I scratch it when you put it fake. That is, you are something different every time. Okay, a different personality, and that's how you lie completely. A lot of people lie in their resumes, and HR people come to know when because they are quite expert in these things. Okay, so the bottom line is life skills matter. Okay, so I have given you a basic idea of life skills because it's a vast area to learn. Okay, you have to practice, practice, and practice. So it's a small gesture right now. I request to every participant who is attending the session and listening to me to do with me, and then I'll end on that note. So ready everyone? Unmute and say ready. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so raise your hand in front of the screen. You can on the video. Okay, bend your elbows behind. I hope everyone is doing. Yeah, and give a pat on your back. Yeah, a good one. Yeah, and keep doing that. That's all about being you. Thank you so much. I'm thankful and grateful to BVDU IMRDA team, all the organizers, and I really enjoyed delivering this session. Over to you, Manisha madam.
Thank you. So, with this, Mrs. Namrata covered important points in terms of what life skills are. She also suggested some guidelines. She suggested to be optimistic, to be true, increase your capability, respect yourself. She also has given some keynotes with this critical incident, how to deal with critical incident. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is courage to continue that counts. So, how the courage to follow your heart? Be enthusiastic, take a step, know yourself because life is 10% what happens to you and it's a 90% how you respond to it. With this, session is open for question and answer.
Yes, please.
Participants can unmute themselves and can ask a question. If they have a question, they can unmute and ask question.
Yes. I request participants to please ask questions. If no questions, then I think that everything is understood or nothing is understood.
So with the note, everything is understood. You delivered very well, Namrata ma'am.
I
We
think few
will
questions
continue.
are in the chat box, but
No, there are no questions on chat box.
okay, fine.
So now I would like to request respected Dr. Pratap Desai, Head of the Department, Management Studies, to present vote of thanks.
So, thank you, Manisha madam. So, greetings of the Foundation Day to all the authorities of university and all the faculty members and dear students. Thank you, Namrata, for this wonderful session on life skills. Yes, life skills are very important, and you elaborated is how to deal with the problems, how to develop your beliefs, your attitudes, how to manage the change, and how to change the perception, how to add values to your life. Okay, and beyond this, I would like to say a few things related to this topic. That yes, whenever in last week we had our television, we used to have either the news of pandemic or second was the Sushant Singh Rajput. Okay,
Yes,
so here we can understand how important life skills are.
true,
Okay,
true.
and whenever it's not only your professional skills. Okay, your other emotional intelligence skills are also equally important. Okay, we all know the story of this axe, woodkeeper and the axe. We have to always sharpen our axe. Okay, now how to sharpen this axe? I will just give you 3 points. Okay,
Okay.
have self motivation. Okay, second is self respect, and self-inspiration. No one will come to you and tell you how to do the things. Should have your own self-inspiration. Okay? So with this, I thank Namrata madam. Thank you. And
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
coming to this particular event, this event was organized by BBA third year students under the able guidance of Mr. Akhilesh Kumar, our faculty member. And we have in our academics paper called as event management. And every year we have such kind of events, and Akhilesh sir leads it and he trains the student how to do it. And this was one of the practical of our academics. Okay.
Okay.
Secondly, the source that we have, that is IMRD has started a series of successful stories. Okay. And Dr. Amarja Nargude is looking after this, and she is at least more than 23 stories till today. And we have a number of success stories, though those will be coming up. And this is just the beginning. Okay. And at the same time, Dr. Manisha Shinde Pawar, she has given full technical support for this particular event, and so that our students could do this program a success. Okay. And beyond this, I would like to thank all the faculty members. Okay. And on this 26th Foundation Day of IMRDA, I have to thank all the directors of IMRDA, right from Dr. Upadhyay Madam to D.Y. Patil, Dr. Nitin Nayak sir, Dr. Ghatkule, Dr. Abhyankar, Dr. K. Subramanian sir, Om Prakash Gupta sir, then Rajesh Kante sir. Okay, all these directors have contributed, and we can see the result of this today. In almost more than 80% of the globe, our students are there, and they are spreading this success of IMRDA. And I hope such programs will go on. Okay, and beyond that, at the end, I would like to thank our founder, Dr. Patangrauji Kadam, who founded this particular institute long back in 1994 with an vision that yes, social transformation through dynamic education. And sir, I would like to say yes, this is the success story that our IMRDA is doing all the success. And I really miss you, sir. Thank you. I would really like to thank all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, this student development program is one more gem to add golden feather in hat of success for the day, the special and the spacious day for us. Yes, we miss you, sir. The Foundation Day of Institute of Management and Rural Development Administration, Sangli. Uh, at this occasion, we are celebrating the student development program, and we are really, really missing our beloved Sahab. And now I declare the session is over. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Signing off, Team SDP.
Thank you.